Mike Owens with Inside Fighting, joined today by King Callum Walsh, who returns to action on St. Patrick's Day weekend, facing Dean Sutherland at Madison Square Garden. Callum, great to sit down and chat for the first time. How are your emotions ahead of your return?
Yeah, I'm feeling very good for this fight. I'm feeling very good to fight again in Madison Square Garden. This is been my third time fighting there, so I'm looking forward to headlining this massive Irish card. On St. Patrick's Day weekend.
Fourth time in a row fighting on St. Patrick's Day weekend as well. You must be very proud to fight on such a historic day for your people and to represent the country of Ireland.
Yeah, definitely. It's a massive day for an Irish fighter to fight. Especially in New York. It's going to be a massive Irish crowd out there that weekend. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
What was your homecoming experience like last September?
Oh, it was crazy. It was the best fight of my career so far. The best atmosphere I've ever felt myself at a boxing um at any boxing show. Like when I walked out and the buzz that was there, everybody was singing, everybody was drinking. It was a real Irish show. It was very good. It was definitely I think it was good for me to get back there, and put on a show for the Irish people. I think it was a good eye opener for a lot of Irish people to see the level that we're doing things at. To see how big of a deal this actually is. And I think it went very well. It was a massive success. So I look forward to getting back to Ireland again and fighting there. In the near future, hopefully.
What percentage would you say your fans are? What percentage would you say are American? What percentage would you say are Irish? And what percentage would you say are other?
I'd say between. I'd say a lot of them are Irish. Yeah, I'd say a lot of them are Irish. I would say probably like, well, I would hope in it at least. Oh well, see, it's hard to say because it's a small population of Irish people, and a massive population of Americans.
Mm.
And I fight a lot out here too. So I don't know. I would hope in it would be nearly 50-50, between Irish and Americans. But because I haven't really fought anywhere else. But no, I would say like probably 40% Irish, 40% American, then we'll just say 20%, and it'll be all around the place then.
Your promoter's billing this as the biggest card in Irish New York boxing history. How does it feel to headline such a big event?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's the fact that I'm 24 years old. I just turned 24 and being able to headline a show like this in Madison Square Garden. This is what people dream of. You know what I mean? This is what every fighter wants to do. And the fact that I get to do it at such a young age, I'm very grateful for this opportunity that everybody's given me. That my team is giving me, that Madison Square Garden is giving me, and obviously my fighting skills and hard work, has paid off too. So I'm feeling very good, to be able to do this.
Talking about where you are in a young age, I want to bring you back to a video I saw on your Instagram, and it was a video of you look like on some kind of fishing trawler, and the caption said "from boats to belts." For those who haven't seen it, can you talk to us through about that video?
Yeah. So when I was fighting in the amateurs, I actually worked on fishing boats back in Ireland. And I used to work 7 days a week on the boat. Just so I could afford. So the reason I worked 7 days a week on the boat was because I was just turned like I was like 16 when I was working on the boat, and then I turned 17, and I was old enough to drive. So I was old enough to be able to get a car and drive myself to the gym so I could train. Because my boxing gym was like a 20-minute drive away from where I lived. Um, so I bought a car. It was like a 1 liter like Renault Clio, and
Mm.
I bought it for €600, right? I saved up 600, bought the car from this old lady in Crawford from, and then the car insurance was crazy at that time. They were trying to charge me like €7,000 to insure like
Well,
a 1 liter Clio, like which didn't make sense, or else I had to put that black box in my car, which makes you drive around like, and I was not going to do that, I wasn't. I would
mm,
be my insurance would have been cancelled after a week, 17 years old, you have to do the
mm.
the the speed limits everywhere. I'd have been cancelled after a week, but so yeah, I ended up actually having to pay like it was close to 7 grand for the year for the insurance. So it was like 600 a month. I was like 664. I still remember the amount because I used to be trying to scrape it together. €664 every month for car insurance. So I used to work 7 days a week on the boat just to pay like car insurance for my obviously that. But I think hard work, it turned me into a man, really, having to work 7 days a week on a fishing boat and then coming over here now and train 7 days a week, is a lot easier than working on a boat. So yeah, I just thought it was a cool video, to post working on the boats and then here, chasing my dreams, it's cool.
This fight's going to air on UFC Fight Pass, as a lot of your fights have. We all know that Dana White has been a massive supporter of yours. Just talk to me a little bit about your relationship with the UFC president, and what he's done for you in your career.
Yeah, having someone like Dana White support careers is massive. You get opportunities that maybe people at this stage of their careers wouldn't get. Just because you have such a hype behind you. With the team that you have, and Dana White is the best promoter in the world. You see what he's doing at the moment, and having someone like him is just even a massive confidence booster. Knowing that someone like that believes in you. Knowing that Freddie Roach believes in you. They see something in me that maybe some days I can't see, or some days I'm like, should I even be here? You know what I mean? And knowing that I have a team like that behind me gives me that extra confidence boost. That I must be doing something right. That I must be good enough to do it if they believe me. They've seen how many fighters over the years. Especially Freddie Roach. He's seen so many champions, and the fact that him and Dana and Tom and everybody believe in me. It's a big confidence booster for me.
Can you pinpoint, or do you have any idea what you think it is they see in you?
I know. I think I know. I think I have a good will to win. I feel like I have a good work ethic. I feel like I train very hard. I train as hard as I can, and I want to win. And I want to be the best. And it shows in my fights. I'm there to fight. I'm there to win. I'm never. If it gets tough, I'll still be there. And I think they see my work ethic and my will to win.
So when you look at this fight, and I'm sure that the focus is getting the victory on the 16th of March, what do you feel like a win over Dean Sutherland unlocks for you in the 154-pound division?
I feel like this is a good step up fight. To go to another level. I feel like Dean is a higher level than the opponents I have been facing. I feel like he's more experienced, maybe not more experienced in the pro game, but he's a younger, stronger fighter probably, and I feel like a win over Dean here, an easy win over Dean will show that I'm ready for the next level. I'm ready for more step ups, than and prove that I'm a contender. Not a prospect, that I'm there to contend with the best and fight the best. And hopefully it will unlock more opportunities for me to get closer to that world title shot.
Given your following and given the hype around your name, do you feel any extra pressure to perform in a devastating way and to get your opponents out of there early?
No, I don't think so. It wouldn't matter whether I had no followers or whether I had no hype. I think I would still go in there and try to knock out my opponents. I'm not going in there to just for the sake of it. You know what I mean? This
Mm.
is my job. This is what I do, and I'm trained to go in there and knock people out. So this is what I'm going to try to do every single round. So I think it doesn't matter. Who I am or who I was. Or what I'm doing. If I had nothing, I would still be doing the same thing. And I'd say if I had no followers, no hype, I'd probably be doing it even more. Trying to be in there, taking people's heads off even more. So yeah, I think just there's no added pressure. It's just what I do.
You're ranked in the top 10 in two governing bodies at 154. I can't remember the governing bodies, but I know that you're ranked in the top 10 of two of them. Do you Have you almost plotted a course to a world title? Do you think about it in those terms, or is it a case of take it fight by fight and when the opportunity comes, grab it by both hands?
Yeah, I think that's how it is. Just take it fight by fight and stay ready. Always be ready because it's times like this where they'll try to catch you. There'll be someone that'll need a fight and it'll be last minute, and if you're not ready, you know what I mean, you'll miss an opportunity. So I think it's just about staying ready and just being ready in case they call me for something. And I don't see a path. I don't have anyone in mind that I want to fight and fight this guy. I'll just fight whoever they put in front of me, and at least then once I win the world title, nobody will be able to to doubt me. Nobody will be able to say that I picked my own path or we hand-picked opponents. I just fought the man that was in front of me, and that was it. So yeah, I think that's the way to go.
I have to ask you about one of the champions in your weight class, Terence Crawford, who's going to move up two divisions by the sound of it and face Canelo Alvarez later on this year. Do you give Bud any chance in that matchup? How do you think that one goes if and when it happens?
Yeah, jumping up two weight classes is a big jump. To be honest, I don't know who's going to win that fight. I think Canelo has a lot of power up there, and I feel like yeah, I feel like Canelo will win that fight. To be honest, I think he has a lot of skills and power at that weight, and I think he's comfortable up there. So I think I see Canelo winning that fight. Yeah.
This is the first time we've ever caught up, mate. But I have had the pleasure of interviewing your girlfriend Tabatha Ricci a couple of times, and she told me once or twice that you've helped her improve with her boxing and her boxing technique and her IQ. Has has the skills ever gone the other way? Have you ever got in there and done a little bit of MMA training?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Yeah, we mess around there the odd time, and for a while when I wasn't, see, I had a hand surgery there a few months ago, so I was out for a while, from punching. So while I was recovering, I was messing around, doing a bit of jujitsu and stuff like that. So it was cool, I enjoy it, and hopefully, who knows? I'm a massive UFC fan. I've been a big UFC fan my whole life, and it's definitely. I said this before. It's something on my bucket list that I would love to fight, even if it's just one fight. In the UFC, I would definitely love to do it in the future. Like I said, I'm only 24 years old. So who knows what the future will be for me.
Well, last question from me. Thank you for your time. You can be as brief or as detailed as you like, but give me a walkthrough of what the perfect fight day on the 16th of March looks like.
Yeah, the perfect walkthrough for me is get there, loosen out, walk in, and walk back out with my belt still on. That is the perfect fight for me. Whether it's a knockout or whether it's a victory. Who cares? The knockout or decision. As long as I win, as long as I walk back out of there with my belt on, that's all that matters for me.
I love it, mate. Well, thank you for your time. Good to see you back in action. Have a great and safe rest of the camp, and best of luck for the next fight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.